How's it going, Metlers? Welcome back to the Nightmare Cabin. We are doing an album review tonight, and this is the new album from Witches Hammer, Devourer of the Dead. I don't know what's going on with Nuclear War Productions at the moment, but apparently a CD and a vinyl is coming next year. I know I did read an article the other day about the massive backlog for vinyls at the moment. Apparently, it's at the point if you submit an album to be printed on vinyl, you're looking at years, and that's overspilled onto other formats. So for now, we've just got the cassette, and you can buy the download from the band's Bandcamp page, which I'll put links to in the description. But yeah, Devourer of the Dead. Let's have a look inside, and I'll tell you all about what's going on. Witches Hammer are you could call them speed metal, you could call them thrash metal. There's a we'll get into the music in a second. So you got band photos there, old school logo, and then you got the lyrics. If you're a regular viewer of the channel, you will remember Witches Hammer from my top 10 last year. Damnation is my salvation. I'm going to assume that this is your first video. They also feature Jesse James Jardine from the fantastic band Assimilation. There's 2 albums there. If you get this one as well, no, sorry, first album comes with their debut EP in the bonus tracks. So yeah, these are definitely worth checking out as well. Along the same lines, a bit more of death metal in a thrashy kind of way, but yeah, well worth checking out. And if you go back into the videos, I did an interview with Jesse. And hopefully get him back on the show soon, actually. He's good fun. Certainly not short of an opinion. And that's what I like. It's people I like to talk to. Where should we start? Right. Devourer of the Dead pretty much picks up where Damnation is My Salvation left off. It's pretty much a year. This came out in 2020. We're getting into basically the arse end of 2021 now, so just about a year between the two. Witches Hammer formed back in the 80s, and basically just did a string of demos and EPs and whatnot. They reformed on and off over the years, but 2020 was the first full-length album. Oh, bollocks, I picked up the wrong CD. Right, it's Damnation and My Salvation. But I also picked up this, which I was held up by mistake. This is a 2 CD compilation of all the demos, EPs, and what's going on with this? Rehearsals. Oh, here we go. A bit fell out. Yeah, it goes in now. I think this is everything they've done up until that point. I'm not sure if there's anything that's missed out. At this point, I think anything that isn't on this, I question whether it's worth having, because you've got about 3 hours of material here. So, but definitely worth picking up if you can get hold of it. This was a re-recording of tracks from those demo years with a couple of new tracks thrown in. This is sort of the other way around. It's a load of new tracks with a couple of re-records thrown in. So you've got 8 tracks in total. 3 of them old songs from this stage re-recorded. So that's Rabid Captor, Final Straw, and Stretching into Infinity. I think it is. Have I got that right? Why am I looking at that one? I could be looking at this. Yeah, Stretching into Infinity. That's right. So you got 3 songs re-recorded from the demos and 5 brand new tracks. Summing up Witches Hammer, really. Oh, also, everyone bangs on about it, but the other guitarist, original member, Marco Banco, was on the first Blasphemy album, Fallen Angel of Doom. Have we got that here somewhere? Yeah. You know, that classic. So, worth mentioning for those that didn't know. Witches Hammer, I mean, considering this is a new recording, take like the rawest demo and place that on some of the catchiest hook-laden thrash metal you can get. I mean, think the first 3 Megadeth albums. Think that Dark Angel, think Razor, Slaughter, early Slayer. But with just an ever so slight black metal sheen over the top. I mean, Witches Hammer, I don't think really are a black metal band, but they do well playing with black metal bands, and I bet black metal bands would heavily be influenced by them from those early demos. So they're a thrash metal band, definitely in the vein of Slaughter or Razor or early Slayer, early Sodom, for example. But if they went on tour with Marduk, for example, their merch store would sell out. They would fit perfectly with them. So yeah, there's an ever so slight black metal finish, but yeah, they would easily tour with any black metal band. In the way they're a thrash metal band that black metals would like, a bit like how Sodom are. A band like Mayhem would happily cover a Dark Angel song, for example. There's that handful of thrash metal bands that influenced black metal, and Witches Hammer would stand with them, I think is the best way to put it. They've been tagged weightlifting metal, which is pretty cool. I think that sums it up pretty well as well. This is perfect for a workout. This is perfect to play in the gym. The album opens and closes with a kind of like a doomy, like a dun 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 dun, and it's kind of slow. It's got bell chimes in the background. It's pretty cool, and that's the intro and the outro to the album. So that sort of bookends the album, and yeah, it goes into the track list. I'll just get the track list up here just so I'm not getting myself muddled up. Yeah, Devourer of the Dead, the title track opening up, frantic riffing, which falls into a nice groove into the middle, nice melodic riff, and then builds up into this blazing solo at the end. And I mean blazing. They're all over the fretboard. Forward from Ice is a really cool song. I think that's a favourite of mine. Trying to think of standout tracks, but yeah, that one definitely sticks out for me. Again, cool melodic break at the beginning, breaks into a technical riff. Yeah, sort of starts off with there's a melodic riff that breaks into the sort of technical riffing. Really good bass on that one as well. Really good bass on that track. Pummeling drumming all the way through it as well. Rabid Captor opens up nice and atmospheric. It goes a bit of like a gallopy riff to that one as well. And again, leads all over the fretboard, stretches into infinity. It's got a nice like sort of stomping rhythm to it. Lust, Stalking Death is another good one. Great riff at the beginning of that one. Got a real cool like atmospheric sort of echoey, like that sounded like Guns N' Roses then. Welcome to the... No, not like that. But the way that riff sort of plays, that doesn't sound like the Guns N' Roses Welcome to the Jungle opening riff. But the way that sounds for that... they got that going on at the beginning. That's a really cool riff. And then Shadows of Time is quite bassy at the beginning. Yeah, the bass intro on that actually reminds me of Megadeth. That's what made me say Megadeth earlier. So take that those first 3 albums though, where it's nice and raw and gritty. But when again I mentioned Megadeth, but their riffs are so the riffs are so catchy and they're just really good songs. But it has that raw demo quality to it still. They've captured that in these new recordings, and yeah, it's just 30 minutes of pure, unadulterated, no fucking about thrash metal, and it's fucking awesome. You need it in your life. So yeah, if you're a regular viewer, you know this was a top 10 from last year. I think this is easy going to be in the top 10 as well. The albums perfectly complement each other. This just picks up where the last one left off. The 5 new tracks are fucking awesome. Yeah, I've got a cool little collection mounting up now, and yeah, go get it. What more do you need to know? I think it's a stunning album. I'm looking forward to it coming out on CD, but I got impatient and got the cassette because I wanted to do a review before the year was out, and so I could include it in the top 10. And yeah, I'll be sending a message to Jesse soon, and hopefully we'll get him back on the channel. So yeah, Witches Hammer, you know what to do. Got more reviews coming soon. I'll see you all then. Take care.